So picture this. There's this 16-year-old kid. He's sitting at his desk and get this, he's been there for 12 straight hours. Books are open, phone is off. He is determined to cram for this massive exam. But at the end of that whole day, he had learned absolutely nothing. I mean, he'd read the same page over and over 47 times. His mind was just everywhere but the textbook. You can imagine, right? He was frustrated, totally exhausted, and his exam was looming just 3 days away. It's a feeling I think we've all been there. But then something changed. His older brother came in and taught him this one simple trick. The very next day, he sat down and studied for just 3 hours, and in those 3 hours, he learned more than he had in the entire 12 hours before. And the result? He absolutely crushed the exam with a 96%. So today, we are going to break down the exact system that made that possible. So here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to dig into the focus trap, why your brain seems to fight you every step of the way. Then we'll get into the good stuff, the 3-phase formula. After that, we'll talk about how to build that into a full-blown system. Then we'll tackle how to win the mind game. And finally, we'll wrap up with the one final rule that makes this whole thing actually work. All right, let's dive right in. Section 1. The focus trap. First things first, we've got to understand this trap that we all fall into. I mean, why is it so ridiculously hard to just sit down and concentrate? I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You sit down, you open your book, you give yourself the little pep talk, right? Okay, time to focus. And for maybe a minute, it works. But then, boom, a random thought pops into your head. Or you suddenly feel hungry. Or you remember that one cringy thing you did in middle school. Before you know it, an hour has just vanished. And you've made literally zero progress. And this is where we get to the heart of the problem. Your brain isn't failing you. It's actually doing exactly what it was designed to do over thousands of years of evolution. See, it's wired for 2 things. Scanning for threats, like a saber-toothed tiger, and seeking rewards, like finding food. And studying? Well, it offers neither of those. There's no immediate payoff, there's no physical danger, and let's be honest, compared to the constant dopamine hits from your phone, it's kind of boring. So, of course, your brain rebels. This is the big aha moment right here. You have to stop blaming yourself, thinking you have no willpower. Your brain isn't broken, it's just bored. It's running on ancient software. But what if we could work with that programming instead of constantly fighting against it? And that, my friends, brings us to the solution. This is the 3-phase formula. It's a simple system designed to basically hijack your brain's natural tendencies and point them towards deep, productive focus. Okay, so phase 1 is what we call the focus trigger. It's all about priming your brain. Step 1, just sit in complete silence for 60 seconds. That's it. Think of it like a mini meditation to quiet all the noise. Step 2, write down 3 super specific learning goals. Not just study history, but something like understand the causes of World War I. This gives your brain a clear mission. Step 3, set a timer for exactly 25 minutes. This creates a finish line that feels totally doable. And finally, step 4, and this is the big one, eliminate every single distraction. And yes, that means your phone. Put it in another room. I'm serious. Out of sight really is out of mind. All right, phase 2, deep work. This is where the magic happens. We're not just going to passively read. No way. We're using a technique called active recall. It's simple. You read a small chunk of information, a sentence, a paragraph, then you look away from the page and you try to explain it out loud in your own words. If you can't do it, guess what? You didn't learn it, so you read it again. This forces your brain to actually engage with and encode the information because it knows a test is coming, literally in 5 seconds. Now for phase 3, the strategic break. The moment that 25-minute timer goes off, you stop. I mean it, immediately. But the break is just as critical as the work itself. And here's the key. There are good breaks and bad breaks. A bad break is checking social media, watching YouTube, texting friends, basically anything with a screen. Why? Because that stuff floods your brain with cheap dopamine, which makes going back to your boring textbook feel 100 times harder. A good break is walking around, stretching, getting a glass of water, or just staring out a window. Let your brain reset without that dopamine spike. Okay, so a 25-minute sprint is great and all, but how do you turn that into a real study marathon without completely burning out? Well, you build a system. You chain these sprints together. And here's what that looks like in practice. It's a really simple rhythm. You do a 25-minute study cycle, then take a 5-minute good break. then another 25 minutes of focus, another 5-minute break. You do this 4 times in a row. And after that 4th cycle, you've earned it. You get a longer 30-minute break. This is when you can grab your phone, get a real snack, and chill out for a bit. Then you're ready to start the whole cycle over again. And just look at the difference this makes. It's absolutely night and day. The old way, you're sitting at your desk for maybe 8 hours, but let's be real, you're only getting about an hour of real focus. The other 7 are just distraction. With the focus formula, you put in 4 hours total, and you get over 150 minutes of pure, deep work, plus breaks that actually recharge you. The efficiency is it's off the charts. Okay, so you've got the system down, but we all know what happens next, right? Your own mind starts fighting back. It starts making excuses. And that brings us to our next crucial section, winning the mind game. Let's run through 5 quick but powerful hacks to really lock this in. First, the environment anchor. Try to study in the exact same spot every time. Your brain will start to associate that place with focus. Second, the background noise decision. Here's a simple rule. Total silence for new hard stuff. Instrumental music is fine for review or easier tasks. Third, the accountability anchor. This is so easy. Just tell someone what you plan to do. That little bit of social pressure is surprisingly effective. Fourth, resistance prediction. Before you even start, just say out loud, okay, my brain is going to want to check Instagram in about 10 minutes. Just by predicting the urge, you take away its power. And finally, the progress tracker. Get a piece of paper and make a tally mark for every 25-minute cycle you finish. It's a simple way to gamify the process and actually see your progress. Now, let's talk about the mental traps. The first one is a big one, perfectionism paralysis. You know what this is. It's when you procrastinate by preparing, spending hours organizing your desk or making the perfect playlist instead of actually working. The solution is simple. Start messy. Just begin. The perfect conditions are never going to arrive. Okay, trap number 2, the motivation myth. This is the lie we tell ourselves that we need to feel motivated before we can start. It's completely backwards. Here's the truth. Action creates motivation. Motivation doesn't create action. Just force yourself to start for 5 minutes. I promise you, that feeling of motivation will usually kick in around minute 7. And the third big one is the all or nothing trap. This is that voice in your head that says, well, I don't have time for a full 4 hours, so I might as well do nothing. This is such a destructive mindset. Listen, one single 25-minute focus session is infinitely better than nothing. Always take the small win. All right, you've got the system, you've got the schedule, you've got the mental hacks to overcome resistance. But there is one final rule. This is the glue that holds the entire thing together and pretty much guarantees it's going to work. And this is the exact rule that the boy's brother gave him. It's this. You are not allowed to judge your study session. You're not allowed to decide if it's working or if it feels hard until you have done 3 full cycles. No exceptions. That's 75 minutes of total work. So why 75 minutes? Because I'm going to be honest with you. The first cycle is probably going to feel awful. Your brain will scream at you. It will fight you the whole way. But somewhere during that 2nd or 3rd cycle, something amazing happens. You break through the wall of resistance and you enter that beautiful state of flow. The problem is, most people give up right before the magic happens. This rule forces you to push through to the good part. So what if you could make the system even more effective? Maybe 300% more effective. Here's a final thought to leave you with. What is the one magical time of day when your brain is chemically optimized to learn? Is it first thing in the morning? Late at night? Paying attention to your own natural energy cycles and applying the system during your peak time? Well, that's the next level. That's when you truly master your focus.